This is Canyon Grail CF SLX 8 Di2 gravel bike for the 2024 season, and in this episode I will give you the buyer's guide for this bike, and also I will tell you should you just go ahead and buy this bike or should you just consider it. So hello friends, and welcome to another episode of Cycling Insider. So this latest greatest Canyon Grail is the second generation of the Grail gravel bike, and the retail price for this specific model is $5,000 or 5,000 euros. So definitely one of those eye-watering expensive gravel bikes, but we will see when we dive into the specifications what do you really get for your hard-earned money. So first thing first, we can answer the question, who is this bike for? So I would put it like this: if you spend the majority of your time on the road, but from time to time you like to go a bit of off-roading, nothing too demanding, or maybe you also like a bit of bike packing and traveling around long distances with your bike, then definitely you should consider these gravel bikes, and specifically this Canyon Grail CF SLX 8. So as I was saying, the retail price of $5,000 or 5,000 euros gives you in Europe two paint schemes on offer. So one is this very interesting metal grind, as they'll call it. So it is a combination of metallic silver with black, very classical paint scheme, and then they have this beautiful, in my opinion, what they call the sand paint scheme, sand grain paint scheme, which is a combination of beautiful like light yellow with the black at the front of the bike. Also, when you look at the paint schemes on the US market, unfortunately there is only one paint scheme to choose from, and it is only the paint scheme, this sand grain, which is beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I'm not so sure why on the US market you don't have this other silver black paint scheme. So it is what it is. If you are in the US, you are basically stuck with only this one paint scheme. Now we can dive into the specifications of this bike and really see what are you gonna get for your hard-earned $5,000 or 5,000 euros. So, as always, we can kick off with the frame and the fork on this bike. So this is the carbon fiber frame CF SLX, which is the second level of the carbon fiber frames that Canyon can do. And of course it comes with the 12mm through axles front and the back, ready for the internal cable routing, press fit bottom bracket, and also the tire clearance is all the way up to 42mm. I also have to mention here that on this carbon fiber frame you get the 6 years warranty from Canyon, and also one of the secret sauces of this frame is that on the down tube you have a bit of internal storage, so you can store some of the smaller tools inside, and of course there is a lot of mounting points on this frame if you are, for example, bike packing. When it comes to the fork, a classical carbon fiber fork from Canyon. Again, 12mm through axle and flat mount disc brakes. So when it comes to this frame and the fork, listen, no special complaints from me. It's going to be perfectly fine, and as I said, you will get a 6 years warranty on this carbon fiber frame from Canyon. Now let's talk about the drivetrain, because this is definitely an excellent choice on this bike. So here we are talking about the Shimano's GRX Di2 group set. So this is the Shimano's GRX 800 series, 815, which is the Di2 electronic group set. So front shifter, front mech and rear mech, everything is the Shimano's Di2 electronic group set, specifically dedicated for gravel riding. 12-speed group set. I mean, absolutely stunning. There is no complaints here from me, and I will just mention it that with Shimano, when you are having an electronic group set, there is no connection with the cables between the front mech and the shifters, so they communicate wirelessly. but then when you look at the rear mech and the front mech, they are connected with a cable. All in, superb electronic group set dedicated to gravel riding, and the cassette here, again, Shimano Ultegra cassette, no cutting corners, 1134 cassette, and 11-speed cassette. And I would just mention that the chain rings at the front of this bike are 4831, so double chain ring, and as you see from the gear ratio, 1134 cassette at the back with the 4831 chain rings at the front, absolutely, huge gear ratio, no problems in climbing any steep mountains, or definitely no problems in long bike trips. When it comes to the bottom bracket, they are using the Token Ninja Light bottom bracket standard, which is basically the press fit PF 86.5 millimeters bottom bracket. I'm not expecting any creaking noises because this is the CF SLX carbon fiber frame, so it should be, excellent quality control. When it comes to the chain, classical Shimano HG 701 chain, 11-speed chain. Again, superb stuff, no cutting corners here, and I would again advise you in the future to use any compatible Shimano chain. Is it the Shimano Ultegra chain? Is it the Shimano, any kind of mountain bike compatible chains? When it comes to the braking system, this is again superb Shimano's hydraulic disc brakes, Shimano RX 800 series hydraulic disc brakes front and the back. Also, braking rotors are luckily 160 millimeters front and the back, and they are using a superb Shimano's XT braking rotors, XT 800 braking rotors. This is from the mountain bike world. Superb heat dissipation and definitely a superb stopping power. Now let's look at the wheel set and the tires. Definitely the wheel set, another stunning addition to this bike, and this is the Di2 Swiss GRC 1400 wheel set. This is a dedicated gravel wheel set from Di2 Swiss. It is a carbon fiber wheel set, absolutely stunning piece of engineering. You see on the open market, this would set you back $2,400 or approximately 2,000 euros. This Di2 Swiss wheel set, as I said, carbon fiber, uses the Di2 Swiss 240 hubs with their famous Ratchet 36 system. Stunning hubs. Also, this wheel set, of course, tubeless ready. 42 millimeters is the rim height, and also uses the Di2 Swiss Aero spokes. And I'll just mention here that the total weight of this wheel set is going to be approximately 1,600 grams. And the external rim width is 32 millimeters. All in all, stunning carbon fiber wheel set from Di2 Swiss, and definitely one of the secret sauces of this bike. I will mention here that the tires on this wheel set are Schwalbe G1 tire, RS Evo, which is a 40 millimeter wide tire, front and back. Excellent, a lot of air volume, and definitely it's gonna make your bike ride much smoother. And in the future, since this carbon frame and the fork can accept the tires all the way to 42 millimeters, then definitely you should consider upgrading, for example, the tires in the future to even 42 millimeters, even more air volume inside. When it comes to the smaller pieces of the cockpit, like the handlebar and the stem, you have to consider here that the handlebar and the stem is the one-piece carbon fiber cockpit. So this is a proprietary design from Canyon, and I'm not a big fan of this one-piece handlebar and the stem. But again, bunch of manufacturers are doing this because they wanna incorporate a bit of aerodynamically optimized the handlebar and the stem. So just keep that in mind, that if you are trying to replace this handlebar and the stem, you will have to buy some proprietary piece from Canyon, and also there's not going to be so much adjustment on this one piece handlebar and the stem. The good thing is that, of course, they've managed to put the hydraulic lines, the cables, kind of under the handlebar, a bit under the stem, so at least a little bit easier to service. When it comes to the seat and the seat post, Physique Terra Argo saddle. Physique makes some excellent saddles, but again, it's a personal preference and very easy to replace. And when it comes to the seat post, this is a classical carbon fiber Canyon seat post. excellent again for soaking up some of the smaller road bumps. I wish they've used here the old school classical VCLS carbon fiber seat post from Canyon, which was just superb in soaking up the road bumps. This is a bit different design, but okay, at least this is a carbon fiber one. And also here with this bike you will get a set of mini tools, Canyon's mini tool 6+1 as they call it. Basically it's featuring different set of Allen keys or hex keys and one Torx key, so it's a very nice addition that you can put into this down tube storage. So all in, when we consider this Canyon Grail CF SLX 8 Di2 gravel bike with the retail price of $5,000 or 5,000 euros, what is my advice to you? Well, I believe that you should definitely go ahead and buy this bike if you got the money required, because it's definitely a stunning bike, and the highlights include the full Shimano's GRX Di2 electronic group set, the stunning DT Swiss GRC carbon fiber wheel set, and of course superb hydraulic disc brakes from Shimano, and some other smaller carbon fiber pieces, components, frame, fork, and all other little smaller pieces. So definitely this is an upper level of the gravel bikes. I would call them, race gravel bikes. So if you are spending $5,000, definitely you can go ahead and just buy this bike. So this is gonna be it for today. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, keep on watching, keep on liking, and as always, I will see you soon in the next episode. Cheers!